Hello students, I am Muhammad Asim. Students, in last lecture we completed exercise 4A book 37 edition. Today we are going to start next exercise 4B. 4B and the topic is same, indices. But today we will study more about indices. We have already done laws of indices. How many laws? There are 5 laws. First law of indices is, if we have same basis and some power and both bases are multiplied, then power will be added. A power m multiply by, dot means multiply by a power n is always equals to a power m plus n. Second law says, if we have same basis and both the bases are divided, then their powers will be subtracted. So a power m divided by a power n is always equals to a power m minus n. Third law says, if we have power to the power like a to the power m and the whole power n, then both the powers will be multiplied. So a power m into whole power n, then the answer is m multiplied by n, mn. M multiplied by n is mn. So a power m into n. Fourth law says, if we have two different bases and both bases are multiplied but the power is same, then we can write a power n multiplied by b power n is equals to a multiplied by b to the power n. And finally, fifth law said, a power n divided by b power n. If we have two different bases, both are divided but the power is same, then we can write a power n divided by b power n is always equals to a upon b to the power n. So these are 5 laws which we have already studied in our last lecture. Some more about indices are, number 6, I included 6, 7 and 8 in laws of indices. So we can call 6 is law 6. So law 6 name is zero indices. Zero indices means a to the power 0 is always equals to 1. It means if you have any number, if you have anything which have a power 0, the answer is always 1. How? We will see in questions of exercise 4B. The 7th one is negative indices. If we have negative power of any number, then we can write the negative power is 1 upon a to the power positive, like a to the power minus n is equals to 1 upon a to the power plus n. And last, called rational indices. Rational means something, some powers which are in fraction. A power 1 upon n is equals to a root with a is under the root and this n becomes the radical. How to use this we will do when we will do questions of this type. You will be more understand. Now we are going to start exercise 4B. Question number 1, evaluate each of the following. Part A, 17 to the power 0. What is the answer? Yes, answer is 1. Why? Because 6th law says something to the power 0 is always 1. So something means anything. So 17 power 0 is equals to 1. This is our answer. Similarly, part B, whatever the number is, whether it is negative, whether in the fraction form or any form, if you see the whole power is 0, the answer is always 1. So this is the answer of part B, because minus 2 upon 7 whole power 0. 6th law says anything to the power 0 is 1, hence minus 2 upon 7 to the power 0 is 1. So 1 is the answer. Similarly, 4 multiplied by a power 0. What is a power 0 is? 1. Anything to the power 0 is always 1. 4 ones are 4. So 4 is the answer. What about this D part? Minus 8 multiplied by b to the power 0. Something to the power 0 is always 1. So minus 8 into 1, minus 8. This is your answer. What about E part? 72 multiplied by C multiplied by D square and the whole power is 0. The answer should be 1 because 6th law says 0 indices means if you have anything, any number, variable, any letter, if you see the whole power is 0, the answer is always 1. I hope you understand. Come to part F. 7 into e power 8 and power 0. Something to power to the power is always multiply. 8 into 0, something multiplied by 0 is always 0. 8 into 0 is 0 and e power 0 is 1. 7 ones are 7. Why? Because anything to the power 0 is always equals to 1. I hope you understand. So these are very easy questions. But if you don't know 6th law, you are unable to write the answer. So you must know all the laws of indices. I hope you understand how we apply the laws. Come to question number 2 of exercise 4b. Find the value of each of the following. First question is part A, 2 to the power 0 into 2 to the power 4. 2 to the power 0 is obviously 1 into 2 to the power 4. 2 to the power 4 means 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Multiply by 2 4 times. 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16. So 1 into 16. And something multiplied by 1 is always something. 16 multiplied by 1 is 16. This is your answer. Come to part B. 7 square into 70 divided by 7. It's very easy. 7 means 7 to the power 1. If nothing, then 1. So 7 square. 7 to the power 0 is obviously 1. Something to the power 0 is always 1. Is equals to 7 square 1. Just 7 square. Something to the multiply by 1 is always something. So 7 square. Divided by 7. So 7 square divided by 7 to the power 1. Which law have to use? Second law. Because both the numbers are same and with different power. So 7 square divided by 7 is 7. 2 minus 1 is 1. So answer is 7. I hope you understand. Come to this. 8 to the power 0. Something to the power 0 is 1. 8 square. 8 square means 8 into 8. 8 8s are 64. 1 minus 64 is minus 63. This is your answer. Come to last part. D. 6 to the power 3. 6 to the power 3 means 6 into 6 into 6. 6 6 are 36. 36 6 are 216. Plus something to the power 0 is always 1 minus 6. 216 plus 1, 217 minus 6. 217 minus 6, 211. So 211 is the final answer of part D. So this is question number 2. So students, if you know the law of indices, the questions are very easy, very easy. Without using calculator, you can find the answer of any index number. Question number 3. Evaluate each of the following. 7 to the power minus 3. Now, if you see power in minus, which law holds? Law number 7. Negative indices. So, if you have a to the power minus n, it becomes 1 upon a to the power n. Similarly, if you see 7 to the power minus 3, it becomes 1 upon 7 to the power 3. 1 upon 7 to the power 3 means multiply 7 3 times. 1 upon 7. 1 upon 7 into 7 into 7, because this is the power of 3. So 1 upon 7 7s are 49, 49 7s are 243 is the answer. Similarly, 3 upon 4 to the power minus 2, it becomes 1 upon 3 to the power 3 upon 4 to the power 2. Why? Because if you see negative power of any number, you always turn into 1 upon something. So this is 3 upon 4 to the power minus 2. So it becomes 1 upon 3 upon 4 to the power 2. Now, 1 upon 3 square. Apply this square on this and this power in this. Which law is applicable? This law is applicable. A upon b to the power n means we apply a to the power n and b to the power n. To apply this square on this 3, it becomes 9. This square in 4, it becomes 16. And students, if you see two fractions upon to upon, then you turn the denominator into numerator. So this last denominator becomes a numerator. So the answer is 16 upon 9. I hope you understand. Come to this part, b, minus 5 to the power minus 1. Don't see this sign, but you must see power sign. If you see negative number, you just write 1 upon minus 5 to the power minus 1 becomes 1. And the answer is 1 upon minus 5, or you can write minus 1 upon 5. Both are same. Come to part D. Part D is 5 upon 3 to the power minus 1. Again, if you see minus sign, you just write 5 upon 3. This minus 1 becomes plus 1. And if you see double fraction, fraction upon fraction, you convert the last denominator into numerator, which is 3 upon 5. This is your answer. I hope you understand. These are very, very easy questions. But these are very difficult if you don't know the laws. Okay? Now, see question number 4. Evaluate each of the following. It's very, very easy. 7 square to the power minus 2. First, multiply. Power to the power is always multiply. See law number 3. So 2 into minus 2 is minus 4 divided by 7 minus 4. Apply which law? Law number 2. If two same bases are divided, then their powers will be subtracted. Minus 4 and this minus 4 becomes plus 4, because if you see this, a power n divided by a power positive n, so this positive n becomes negative n, therefore this negative 4 becomes negative 4. 7 to the power minus 4 plus 4 is 0. And student, something to the power 0 is 1. So final answer is 1. See part B. 5 to the power 0 minus 5 to the power minus 2. 5 to the power 0 is 1 minus 5 to the power minus 2. Apply this law. This becomes 1 upon 5 to square. 1 minus 5 square is 5 into 5. 5 into 5, 5 5s are 25. So 1 minus 1 upon 25 is, take the LCM 25. 25 1s are 25. 25 minus 1. 24 upon 25 is the answer. Come to part C. Look at this, very easy. If you see anything to the power 0, the answer is always 1 plus. Now apply negative indices formula. A minus n is equals to 1 upon a power n. Therefore 1 upon 3 upon 5 to the power 1. Minus 1 becomes 1. So 1 plus 1 upon 3 upon 5 to double fraction. So this last denominator 5 becomes a numerator, 5 upon 3. Take the LCM, 1 plus 5 upon 3, 3 1s are 3 plus 5, 8 upon 5. So final answer is 8 upon 5. The last part of question number 4. I can rub this. The last part is D part of question number 4. 3 upon 4 to the power minus 2 into 3 square into 2015 to the power 0. On this fraction 3 upon 4 minus 2, apply law number 7. Convert this minus 2 into positive 2. Just write 3 upon 4. This minus 2 now become plus 2. Into 3 square. 3 square is, 3 square, 3 3s are 9. This is 2015 to the power 0. Student, anything, any number, any variable, any letter to the power 0 is always 1. So 1 upon, apply 3 upon 4 square. Which law is applicable? This one. If you see some fraction to the power, then you apply the power on each and every number. So 3 square and 4 square. 3 square is 9 and 4 square is 16. 9 1s are 9. And if you see double fraction, you convert the large denominator into numerator. So 1 upon 9 upon 16 is 16 upon 9, multiply by 9. The final answer is, because this 9 is cancelled by this 9, so answer is 16. Finish question number 4. So I hope you understand. Today you study, you learn 3 more laws of indices. That is, zero indices, something to the power 0 is always 1. Negative indices, a to the power negative number is always 1 upon a to the power positive number, and rational indices. We will do question number 5 and question number 6 and question number 7 next class, where we will be seeing the use of last 8 law of indices. Today we study the use of law number 6 and 7, including these laws 1 to 5. So I hope you understand today's class. Kindly do practice more and more and more. If you have any difficulty in any part of the question of exercise 4a and 4b, write in comment box. I will help you, I promise you. But you promise me you never forget to subscribe my channel, share my videos to other your friends as well. Okay student, see you next class.